All right, guys, take it easy on me. This is my first time with this new screensaver. So it's Doug in Salt Lake. Uh, if you need some help with any of this stuff, um, and you're smart enough to see my email on the screen, go ahead and email me at dmoomy@proton, and we'll talk. And got a lot of stuff. I haven't made a video in about a month, because I have been mobbing on these fools and researching and researching. So we're just going to go over this real quick. I sent this in a couple weeks ago, affidavit of information. And as you can see, really detailed. I'm asking the Attorney General to look into some fraud that's going on. I sent him all kinds of stuff. I think I went over this with you before. Something else I learned is you don't go to the county clerk to get something recorded. You go to the county recorder. And I called the county recorder and looked on their website, and they said that all they do is real estate and stuff. But when I went into the office, they said, oh, yeah, we do that too. Yeah. So anyway, I'm asking him to investigate, and he is bound by his oath of office to look into any discrepancies that might be being perpetrated on the people. So it's a big, long, in-depth. I sent it to the AG. I sent it to B. Stoneman. This is the guy who is the assistant that is protecting ORS, the child support agency here in Utah. And so I've got some case law at the bottom, deprivation of rights, what they've done. All their stuff is null and void, what the codes are. It's a scam, it's a fraud, no authority, no jurisdiction. You need to look into it. And then I sent him all this stuff. So yeah, and your immediate attention is required. This is something else you guys might want to start doing too. All rights reserved, just in case. So, and then of course I added a bunch of case law. So involuntary servitude, this is all the stuff about jurisdiction, how he's way out of bounds, bill of attainder, how a judge ceases to be a judge. So if you want to take a look at that, let me know. What else we got here? So I got this off another website. This is a demand for a common law court. Okay, this is a notice to the clerks, and I am going after every one of these people. We've got Lisa Stockdale, the director, Michelle Tack, she's the commissioner, Casey, Rebecca, Jessica, they're all caseworkers. Mark Corris, he's the judge, well, the clerk masquerading as a judge that did the divorce, that took all my stuff and started this whole madness. And then Miss Davies, she's the clerk of courts that I've been dealing with. And this is a really, really in-depth, everything they've done. I've got all the statutes, ordinances, regulations, commissioners cease to become judges and clerks when they're working for the agency. I've got all the case law. This is administrative law right here. Judges become involved. Statutes are mere clerks of the involved agency. So it's true, when ORS is in your divorce decree with no evidence of you harming the children, or no evidence entered into a court of law that you're not going to take care of your children, they're clerks, and everything they do is void. So really, really, really need to look into that stuff. It's all out there. I've got so much information in here about where they think they get their jurisdiction, how the judge in the divorce said that we have jurisdiction, but he never put in any positive evidence as to jurisdiction, how you can challenge jurisdiction at any time, what they did, how much stuff they stole from me, what I want. This is just pages and pages. And then, of course, I went into detail about each person, what they've done. A long list of defendants here, the facts of the case, how they take all this hearsay evidence. You know, they want to know about your paperwork, your income, your name, your credit card debts, all that, so that they can put you in their little calculator and see how much money they can steal from you. Because we all know if you make $500 a month, you're only going to get a $100 child support. But if you make $50,000 a month, they're going to book your ass. And it's all a fraud. So here's the law. I put in all this case law. You know, there's just so much of it out there, man. So just be aware of the sovereignty thing. I would be aware of the UNIDROIT and the Uniform Commercial Code. It's all junk, man. Okay. By the way, if you're trying to do your I'm a glow-in-the-dark sovereign and all that stuff, and I'm a patriot and I'm a man on the land and all that stuff, I don't know if it works or not, man. But I know one thing. I know that the Uniform Commercial Code is not been enacted into positive law. So here's some stuff I put in here about authority. No lawful delegation of authority for any corporations. Salt Lake County, Salt Lake City, state of Utah. Okay, the Attorney General even. All these guys are corporations, man. And so I do know from all the case law that I've been reading is that they have made a U.S. citizen into a corporation. And I also know that corporations don't have rights. And that's what they did, man, is they made us all into U.S. citizens. And I am not a U.S. citizen. I am a man, and I have common law rights. And I'm not going to allow some corporation to make me into a corporation and then steal all my rights and try to make them into privileges. So that's something else. If you want to look at it, let me know. Let's see, what else we got here? That was page 2. So this is something I got from Old Dog New Tricks. Guys on it. Your right to travel cannot be infringed. If you don't know that by now, then, man, you need to wake up, dude. They have made us all into slaves for commercial transactions and commercial profit. Okay? This is from a senator in Arizona in '85 to the public safety guy. Okay? Director of Public Safety, which is basically Department of Motor Vehicles, Public Safety. It's all in there. And if you read this right here, okay, he's concerned about people are driving without registrations or evidence of a contract. Well, wait a minute. That proves right there it is a contract. And they drag you under their contract and their jurisdiction, and they don't have the right to do that. So you might want to look up Old Dog New Tricks, Right to Travel. He's going at them. Here is the Department of Justice memo that I'm sending. This is something Rick W. gave me. Thank you, Rick. Love you. You're awesome. This, of course, must not incarcerate a person for non-payment of fines. They must consider alternatives to incarceration. And then this one, I added this right here. The courts must not condition access to judicial hearing on the prepayment of fines, which is like the motion 201 that he just put out a couple weeks ago. So here's the deal, man. When you dial 911, do they ask you for a debit card? No, they don't. Okay? Because justice doesn't have a price tag on it, okay? If you need assistance and you need redress and you need remedy and you need recourse, you have the right to go into the court if someone has harmed you and get justice, okay? And these punks don't have the authority to put a price tag on justice. But of course they do, because all U.S. citizens and all that other blah, 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 blah. So just for the record, too, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a law firm. I'm none of that crap. I'm just a man who's done a lot of court research and documents. researched and I've looked up a bunch of stuff, and I'm going at these guys, man. I'm going at them. So I got nothing to lose, and I got my whole life to gain. So here's another one I took, is fraud on the court. This is what an officer is, what fraud is. Okay. So this is something else that's going in. Everything's getting, today is 7/1/18, so everything's going out tomorrow in the mail. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, mandatory judicial notice. Okay, so I got this one, and I have memorandum of laws. Basically, this says that the court must follow upper rulings from courts. This is mandatory judicial notice, and this is the authorities. This guy that I got this from, take from Caesar. He's awesome. David Merlin. He's bombing on the IRS right now, but he sent me this, and then I changed some things around and added some stuff. But he's into the way the federal guys write up their motions and writs and treaties, they call them. But he does an introduction. He makes a comment, and then he backs it up with case law, and then he says something and he backs it up with case law. Okay. And then you say something and you say something, and then you back it up with case law. So this is pretty dope. I got this. This is a 12-pager on void judgments and the authority regarding void judgments. So you might want to look into that too. I just showed you that. This is from Rick W. He's the bomb. He's got all of his stuff in here too. Defenders of Wildlife, Luan. I don't know how you say that. Lou Jan. I think it's Lou Wan. I don't know, man. It's like Juanita, maybe? I don't know. Lou Jan, Lou Wan, Secretary of Defenders of Wildlife. Okay. All that stuff is golden. All right. And then here's the big one, man. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another video on this one. This is my criminal complaint and notice of felony. This is what I've been working on the last couple weeks. So we have charges and we have counts, and I'm taking these people to court, and I'm going to sue the shit out of them. They destroyed my life using statutes and codes, and this is, I mean, it just goes on and on, man. I got 20 counts, all the case law, all the stuff they've done wrong. But I'm going to do another one on that one. So I'm almost running out of time. And here with the right to travel, I don't know if you guys know or not, but the Department of Motor Vehicles has a little scam that they run. They get something called the Certificate of Origin for your vehicle from the original manufacturer. They scan it into their computer system, and then they destroy it so that they have it in their computer as an asset, and then they give you a certificate of what? Title. They give you a title, so you're entitled to drive their asset. That's why they're allowed to seize your property, because it ain't yours. So this is something else from Old Dog New Tricks. You might want to look into this too. Like I said, man, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a law firm. Everything's out there on the internet. If you want your life back like I do, you got to be willing to do some stuff. And like I said, this is going to be the big one here, man, because this is a complaint against the judges, and I've actually sent it to the Judicial Conduct Commission. So, but my time's running out. I'll do another video on this one. This thing's like 38 pages long, and we'll go into detail about it. So, all right, peace.